Yo fam, Coach Sam with Strong Gents Coaching, and today I'm going to be telling you why you should not be in the gym for more than 60 minutes and why anything over that is usually a waste of time. When new clients come in, they have a bunch of questions, and one of them is, Sam, how long should I be in the gym at home? Like, how long should my workouts be at home? 30 minutes, an hour, 90 minutes, 2 hours? Or I'll be out and about at some event, and people will come up, and they usually start chatting about fitness because they know I'm a trainer. That's cool. I like hearing it, right? And they'll always say, I'm doing this workout, and I was in the gym for this long. Like, that's good, right? And a lot of people will be shocked when I give them the answer. For general health and fitness, muscle building and strength training, an hour max is perfect. Anywhere between 30 and 60 minutes is perfect. Anything over that is usually a waste of time, but there are a few exceptions, and I'll cover those in a minute. But why should you even listen to me? Well, I'll tell you why you should listen to me on this stuff. It's because I've been a personal trainer for a decade and counting. That is 10 plus years. Not only that, guys, I have done the due diligence in this stuff. I have run marathons, ultra marathons. I've set powerlifting records. I've been as high as 175 pounds and as low as 135 pounds on purpose. I know how to lose weight. I know how to gain weight. I know how to get strong. I know how to run long distances. I know how to build muscle. I know how to lose body fat. And I have done all this while having a rare musculoskeletal disease. So if I can do this stuff, you can do this stuff. And a really important point is because I have a musculoskeletal disease, I have had to learn through trial and error what is the most efficient and safest ways to reach these goals without sacrificing my body and while optimizing the results that I get. And to be honest, for most people, anything over an hour when the goal is strength, muscle building for general health and fitness, weight loss, so on and so forth, anything over an hour is a waste of time. Unless there's an exception, like you're trying to run a marathon or ultra marathon, you're going to need the time to get those miles in. Or you're a specific population where it is your job or extreme hobby to be really good at something where you need a lot of time for that, whether it's sports specific or professional sports or bodybuilding, so on and so forth. If you're getting paid for it and it's your job, you should be spending more time, but usually that time is quality time. A lot of people at the gym, when they're spending more than 40 or 60 minutes in the gym, it's a waste of time. If you're a father, right, and you have a family, or you have multiple jobs or 2 jobs, or just a really busy job, or you're in school and you work, or you're in school and you have a family and you work, you need to prioritize your time. And one of the worst things you can do is waste time in the gym when you don't need to be wasting time in the gym. A lot of people mess up because they take forever to warm up and then they take too long of rest in between their sets. Now, a lot of people have heard that, when you're lifting heavy, you take longer rest, right? And while that is true, most people exaggerate this completely. I'll give you an example. One of my clients, his name is Dre. He's in his 50s and he came to us about 3 years ago, I want to say 3 years ago now, without any experience weightlifting at all, okay? Had lower back pain, knee pain, could barely bend down to pick something up without having an ache, right? So we had to first reprogram his body to move correctly. Once we did that, we started adding weight. Today, he squatted 375 pounds for 4 reps. And then he went on in bench press 235 pounds for 20 repetitions, okay? And we did all that work in 35 minutes and then proceeded on after that to murder his quads and his chest. The reason we were able to fit so much work in a short amount of time is because we use our time efficiently, and I want you to do the same thing. Your warm-up should not take a long time, but the warm-up is important. The warm-up, which most people don't know, is actually to increase your core body temperature and to get blood flowing around the muscles and to increase your focus on the task that needs to be done. The problem is people will do a warm-up set, rest 3 minutes, do another warm-up set, rest 3 minutes. They never get their body temperature up, they never break a sweat, and their attention and focus is everywhere. Warm-up is important, but it doesn't have to be long. It can be short. Do a set, rest 30 seconds, another set, rest 30 seconds, another set. Your working sets is a little different, but again, rest is usually dragged on for too long. 2 minutes in between strength sets is a decent amount of time. If you're feeling fatigued, it's intuitive. You and your coach or you by yourself should be responsible and say, you know what, I just need 1 more minute. okay? And you take that 1 more minute. But for example, to use Dre as an example, we have 3 hard working sets after 4 warm-up sets. Warm-up sets start very light, and then we increase that weight as we go along. The rest is maxed out around 3 to 4 minutes between his second and his last set. That's when he's really recuperating because he's using a lot of neural energy, and that wipes you out. But you're not using a lot of that in the warm-up. It's more metabolic. It's more blood pumping, oxygen. You're getting your heart rate going. Your lungs are pumping. You're getting a sweat on. So shorten the warm-up, which is going to have benefits to you. And when it's time to put the work in on the working sets, that's where the intensity is. You keep the intensity strong on those sets, and that's where you get results. You don't get results by going half effort on your working sets. It's full effort. It's all in. And that's how you maximize your time. Turn the phone off or put it on airplane mode. Put your favorite song on. Blinders, baby. Blinders. You get in, you get your warm up, you increase your body temperature, you increase your focus, you get a sweat on, and you attack those working sets. And that's how you optimize your time. Anything else is a waste of time. You don't need that much time to create the stimulus in order to create a change, unless it's a particular thing that you're doing. Like for example, for me, when I was training for an ultra marathon, 50 miles is a lot of miles, and it takes a long time to run those miles. It took me 10 hours and 48 minutes to run 50 miles. I don't recommend it. I did a half-mile loop 100 times, and I don't recommend doing that for anybody. What's even crazier is my father, who was 57 at the time, or 56 actually, it was 2 years ago, 56 at the time, ran 32 miles. That's even crazier, right? But it took 10 hours and 48 minutes to run 50 miles. So my training sessions up to that, they were up to 5 hours long, 6 hours long. I had the ability to sacrifice that time. This is when the whole Corona thing first hit, and I didn't have a lot of work at the time. So I had the time to sacrifice. But most of you don't have the time to sacrifice. So if you don't have the time to sacrifice, we need to make the most of the time that you do have to sacrifice. And that means we need focus, intensity, and efficiency. And it can get done in a 30-minute workout. You get in there, you warm up for 5 minutes, you increase your core body temperature, and you get your focus on. And then you do a few warm-up sets. Rest is very short in between those warm-up sets. And then we attack what needs to be done very, very, very focused, laser focused. Okay, if you have a little bit more time, you stretch it, or maybe you do more body parts, or maybe you add in cardiovascular exercise in that hour sessions if so needs to be done, if that's how your schedule works out. But you don't need to do more than an hour. Maybe sometimes it exceeds it for whatever reason. Karen at the front desk, she was like, hey, how was your weekend? And it took 5 minutes. These things happen, but most of the time it should be 60 minutes or less. And if all you have is a half hour, you can still get the work done. I'm pretty sure. So one of the best bodybuilders in the world, I could be wrong, but there is a video floating around out there of Jay Cutler, one of the best bodybuilders in the world. And he was saying how max time for him is 90 minutes on a leg day, right? Everything else, he's like under an hour, usually 45 minutes. And this is one of the best bodybuilders of all time. We're talking about someone, it's their job. He gets paid to do this. And he's not even in there for 2 hours. Some of you people come up to me at events and you're like, oh, I'm in the gym for 2 hours. I'm doing chest for 2 hours. I'm like, you're just wasting time, dog. That means that the sets that you are doing aren't good. They're not intense. If you can drag on a chest workout for 2 hours, the work you're doing is not intense. You're just getting some crappy reps in. So we need to change this mindset. Get in, get focused, warm up, and get the sets in. If you can't tell, I love this shit. I am so passionate about this. Please take this advice. If you have any other questions and you want a little bit more guidance, just email us at stronggentscoaching@gmail.com and I'll get back to you, or comment down below, or just send me a direct message over one of these social media platforms, whatever the case may be. Until next time, peace.